we go. Ooh, breath in. And an S. I still have some air left in there, but just in case you don't, let's move on to the next one. Ooh, breath in. I got further than I've ever gone. 19, that's pretty darn good. It's usually 16 beats. Okay, let's try it again. Ooh, breath in one more time. Let's do 3. I hope you notice that at the end of each one of these S warm-ups, that you're holding on to your air, you're holding on to the air, holding on, really nothing's moving that much. And then at the very end, it totally squeezes the rest of that air out of this fake balloon that we have in the bottom of our body cavities. Okay, so that last little bit is what we want. We want to feel that collapse at the end where we don't have anything left. Then when we take that ooh breath back in, we're empty of the air and we can really fill it up. And that's why that is so beneficial. I wanted to take you through it 3 times and make sure that you do it because it makes such a difference. Now let's ooh breath in, and we're gonna go and the hope is that you go until you run out of air and let the last thing be like, it's okay if it sounds really bad at the end. As you get to the end of your breath support, it's not always the most beautiful, even sound. That's why we usually stop early, to keep that really quality sound all the time. But this is really great for expanding, okay? Here we go. Squeeze until you have nothing left. One more thing, when I breathe in on the ooh, then I sing on the ooh. I'm not using all of the sound and all of the air on every ooh. I'm sort of remembering that at the end of these oohs, I'm gonna have this ah, okay? And this ah is gonna take up a lot more air. So I don't wanna use all my air on that ooh. Try it again. Now mine are going to be getting longer as I get higher because that's those are my money notes. Those are the notes that I like to stay on longer. They may be getting less for you and longer for you at the bottom. So just keep in mind we're all different. Okay, our where we're most comfortable is where we're going to have the most breath support. Okay, let's stop there because you're going to get bored if I keep doing that, if you're not already bored. Here's the next thing that I really think works for breath support. I actually have two more things to tell you. The next one is using something tactile like your arm. I like using the arm because then it lifts the intercostal muscles and sort of activates the core in a different way. So I try to do ballet arms. You can do them both if you like to be symmetrical. And basically what you want to do is pull at the phrase until you don't have anywhere else to go, then you can hold, okay? So you can do this on any warm-up, but I'm just gonna use a scale, okay? Okay, this is not the best warm-up necessarily for this, but I just wanted to have something that was kind of long, and you're really pulling. Don't let it go really quickly and then you're stuck out here. Keep the middle really nice and long. You can also just use whatever you're struggling with. You can use the hymn that you're working on or the aria that you're working on and just add this to the phrase that's hard, okay? Let's try it. Ooh, breath in. We are. Did I fool you? Hold on to that top note. We are. Okay, that might be difficult to do with me because I know I'm changing the beats up there, the rhythms up there, but this is just an example that you can definitely do by yourselves if you need to, just to expand that breath support. One thing, this is the final thing that I wanted to tell you about, and it involves the last warm-up. One thing I try to always do is when I get to that top note, that I don't just give all the air for the top note. Unless the top note is the last note of the phrase, then fine, give it all. But if you have more to do after that top note, try not to use so much air. You don't want to sip all the air out. There's a little balance ratio that you need to think about. But you can probably withdraw some of that just seeping, like maybe spare tire feeling air. Like that. Instead, use less air and more voice, or keep your voice as it is, but use a little bit more sound and tone and less air, and you will have enough to bring it on down. I have a hard time with lower notes, so I always have to think, where's the low note? I gotta make sure that I have enough air to really help me with that part of my voice. That's just where I am in my process. So I hope that works for you, and I really do think that that warm up, if you do it several times in a row, you're really, really gonna feel it. Oh, one final thing, the people who've asked me about this breath support thing, usually it's because you've been singing hymns. It is really, really hard to get through a hymn phrase. Okay, let's just remember that hymns are they're not as linear as they are vertical, okay? You have chords on your voice, your musical line is right on top of chords on every single beat. And so there's this sort of plodding feeling when you sing a hymn. So try to think about it linearly. You're definitely going to help yourself by using ballet arms or something along those lines. Keep it moving forward, okay? You want to think about that. Try not to get caught up. And then also don't feel badly about breathing, okay? Just breathe where you need to breathe in some of those hymns that are just a little bit too long, or there's just no room to breathe. So, with those things in mind, I hope that makes your breath support just that much longer. I'm always working on this for myself, so I hope you will do that with me. And here's the thing, the more you work on your breath support, the more calm and relaxed and peaceful you'll feel, because guess what? It's a breathing exercise. So taking all that beautiful breath in, holding the breath is also really beneficial, and then letting it all out slowly. All of this is really good for us, so it's a healthy thing too. Okay, thanks everybody. See ya.